Welcome to Life Mastery for Women. I'm your host, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. I've been studying mind mastery and emotional management and energy work and its connection to spirituality for over 25 years. And in this podcast, I help guide you out of your daily struggles in life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality. Life is hard, but your daily growth doesn't have to be. Join me 3 times a week as I lead you inward on a healing, connecting, and creating journey. Let's go get that nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you fully inspired. If you're not fully inspired, then it is my intention that in today's episode I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Inspiration is my favorite emotion. And I use a lot of different techniques to create inspiration. One of those techniques, and the first one I'm going to talk about today with you, is your environment. Creating a inspirational rich or inspirationally rich environment is vital to your inspirational health. And to me, being inspired is this good moving energy that just feels like I'm in the flow. It's not fast. It's not busy. It's not too relaxing. It's just kind of this medium space. Now, sometimes when I get inspired, I am like on fire and lit right up and, oh my God, give me the things and I'm going to create and holy crap and, get going. And that type of energy is good sometimes for me, but sometimes it puts me in too much of a mental space and then I get overwhelmed at too many tabs open, right? So one of the things that I like to invest a little bit of my education in and lots of reading, lots of studying is Feng Shui. When I work as an entrepreneur, I work at home. And sometimes I have to go to different environments. Sometimes I go outside. Love working outside. And It is definitely a very grounding space, but sometimes I have to go somewhere else. I'll go to a coffee shop, or we have this place that's an old asylum actually that has been reconverted into condos and little shops and stuff. And it's a really, really rich, a really energy rich location that really is inspiring to me. So I do a little bit of studying on Feng Shui. And as I'm out and about, I see things that inspire me. And I tell you, one of the first things to do in your environment, and some of you are going to laugh at this, and some of you are going to hang up right away. You're going to disconnect from me, but is to declutter your space, which is why I love working outside, because there's no clutter outside. And my space, living with 3 other people and 2 of them being teenage boys and another very busy woman in the house, there is lots of clutter. We have a small house and we don't have designated spaces for things. Like we don't have an office anymore. And actually the office / recording studio is downstairs in a walkout basement. And though it's a great space, it's cold down there. It's really cold down there. And so until we can purchase our wonderful house that's in my mind, these are what we have to deal with, right? These situations. So what I really like to do is to create space, even if it's just a little space, it's just a table, but then that table doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff on it and there's not a whole bunch of stuff around. So when my eyes leave the computer or leave the space, the things I'm looking at are beautiful and wonderful. One of the other things is to create space with paintings, mirrors, and perfect lighting. And using paintings, mirrors, and perfect lighting, you are creating the ambiance. And mirrors are kind of a secret trick, and Feng Shui trick is creating some space, especially if you have a small room. But decluttering, cleaning off the table, putting things away, putting the mail in a bin that you can look at later, putting toys away, I'm always picking up dog toys all the time. And, cleaning the house and opening the drapes and opening the windows and the door to let the big expanse of sky into your environment. So like today, it's only about 30 degrees outside. It's middle of March, or the beginning of March, I guess. The beginning of March in northern Michigan. So it's sunny, very beautiful sky today, lots of sun, beautiful day. We still have a good amount of snow on the ground, but I have the drapes pulled back. I have the front door open. The sun is just beaming in, and it immediately creates this calmness in the room. That leads me to inspiration. We have a booth. We're doing an expo at the end of next week. I don't know, the 15th or something, the 18, 19 of March. And we're going to Kalamazoo, and I need to burn some boxes. We do these meditation boxes. And so I've learned to wood burn. And so I wood burn in stain or wood burn in paint or something like that. And so I need to create these boxes. Well, in order for me to do that, I need to be inspired. And so I create this inspirational environment. So what else would be on the table for you to create the space? Like, what can you think of? So your environment is definitely one of them. What about your internal environment? What about your mental energy? One of the things that I have to do in order to get inspired is I have to turn off technology. I have to put my phone down. I have to close my laptop. I have to get outside and get my eyes up and out into the expansive world. I have to get out into nature. I'll take the dogs for a walk. I'll go and play. I'll go and hang out in the backyard. I'll climb on my climbing wall. I'll climb a tree. I mean, anything that just kind of enriches my life. So part of that and getting out of my mental energy and getting into my creative energy is getting into a playful space, getting into a play mood where I can really tap into my creativity. Think of kids when they're playing, when they're using their imagination and they've got their figurines out and they're playing and driving little Hot Wheel cars, or they're building something or drawing or whatever. They're not mental. They're not in their mental space. They're in their emotional space. They're doing something that brings them joy, which leads me to the next topic, is not only getting into that playful space, but doing something while you're waiting for inspiration to strike, is doing something that is creative and playful. So if I were like, instead of burning boxes, maybe I'll go play with Play-Doh, or maybe I'll go paint, or I'll draw a little bit, or I'll go for a walk and maybe I'll take some sticks and some leaves and I'll build something. And all this stuff all sounds ridiculous, but these are things that are easily accessible to you, where you can just move from your mental state, because your mental energy is not creative. Okay? Your mental energy is not creative. When you look at somebody who is creating or building or drawing or painting or sculpting, they're not in mental energy. That zone, like a true basketball player, a marathon runner, a rock climber, when they get in the zone, that's emotional energy. That is pure alignment between your heart and your head. It's not mental energy. Mental energy is 2 + 1. Mental energy is, I got to go get the mail. Mental energy is, I should make something, whatever, for dinner, reading a recipe. Mental energy is, what am I going to watch on TV, right? That's mental energy. Emotional energy feels better. It's got momentum. It's got sensation. It's got physicality. And you want that when you're getting into this inspirational space. So creating inspiration, you can point your flashlight, remember your mental energy, you can point your flashlight at something that creates inspiration. So pointing it at my environment, look at my environment, ask yourself, is this environment conducive to my inspiration? Yes or no? Crap, no. I got all kinds of shit all over the place. I got to take care of this mail. I got to clean the house. I'm going to vacuum. I'm going to dust. I'm going to water the plants. I'm going to do something that creates my inspirational environment. Okay. I'm going to change up some paintings. I'm going to, I don't know. I don't feel very good in the environment. Great. Get outside. Get outside. Breathe in the fresh air. Look at the trees, look at the grass, go for a walk your dogs, play with your cat, do something that takes your mind off of the forcing of creating that inspirational environment. Another thing, meditation. You can always meditate, right? You just stop and you just go inward and you just spend a moment looking at and sensing your inward environment. Go deep into your heart, deep into your gut. Feel your energy. Close your mind for a moment. Take a break. Take a mental break. Notice all these words that I'm using, like a mental break, close your mind, shutting things down, right? It's turning off the mind chatter, the monkey mind, as the Dalai Lama calls it, and getting into that space. getting down into your body, feeling your body, doing a grounding, doing a gratitude meditation, soaking in the sun. Like I just keep looking at Zoe is my smallest dog, and she's sitting on the arm of the couch and she's totally in the sun. And I'm so jealous. I'm about to go lay on the floor next to her, and she's on the couch, but the floor just has, this 6-foot big rectangle of sunshine on the living room floor. And I'm like, oh, I bet that's so warm and cozy right now. And what a great space to meditate in. So I think I will do that. I think that getting into finding that space where you can relax, you can let go, and you can surrender to creativity. And being inspired doesn't always lead to creativity, but it does give you ideas. It does give you solutions to problems. And it just feels good. It just feels like you're supposed to be there. It feels like home. Like it just feels natural. Well, that's what alignment feels like. My last point that I want to make is networking with up-level people. If you're an entrepreneur, you should be hanging out with and networking with people who are better than you, make more money than you, who have more education than you, more experience than you, because what that does is it makes you a better person. It makes you strive a little bit more to move up in your own personal growth and your own financial growth. I keep hearing the phrase, you're like the 5 people that you hang out with. And it's so true, because we all just kind of share each other's energy, and we all, move up and down according to, the person next to you, and how much money they make is kind of how much money you make. And, and you do notice, and if you've ever had this experience where you take a job where you have a big raise, you now are with a whole new slew of people. And sometimes you lose people along the way. I talk about, a breakup that I had. There was a 10-year relationship, or almost a 10-year relationship, that led to a breakup because I was going and she wasn't, and we were not growing in the same direction. And it was a choice that I made, because take this how I mean it, but it's like, this is my life, and I am here to change the world, and I'm here to up-level my own life and overcome limiting beliefs and take the lid off my limitations, get out of my own barrel and take the lid off and become aligned with who I truly am. And that's my journey. And between you and I'm not going to let anybody stop me from that journey, from taking that journey. And that relationship was beginning to do that, was beginning to kind of hold me back. I was trying to share information and she just didn't agree. She just didn't see the same things. And it was really hard. And so when I would get really inspired, and I'd be like, oh my God, here's this new idea and here's this new thing and this new epiphany. And she just didn't really care about my epiphany and didn't really care about my new idea. And so I felt kind of alone in that relationship. And so when it came time to decide that I wanted someone who I could be my true authentic self with and have that feedback, have someone that I could grow with together. And that's what I found. And I want you to find the same thing. And in order to do that, we have to be around people who move us. And when you hang around people who aren't moving, and they sort of have that sludgy kind of energy, they're not going to inspire you. They're not going to improve your well-being. They're not going to be helping you. They're not going to be giving you good, sound advice. They're not going to be supporting you when you're growing. Here's a way to tell if they have sludgy energy, if they're kind of a low-level energy themselves, is when you give them good news. You come home and you're like, oh my God, I just got a promotion, or I got a raise, or holy crap, I got this thing, or oh my gosh, I found this amazing relationship, or I met this great person. Hear what they say to you. Are they happy for you? Then they're an up-level person. If they're not, if they're like, oh yeah, well, good luck with that one, or good luck getting that raise. Oh yeah, well, Uncle Sam's probably just going to take that money from you, or, you'll probably, the guy will probably break your heart, or whatever. If you notice that they're saying stuff like that, they have a low energy frequency, and that's just them projecting on you because they are in a lower frequency vibration. And so what do? Well, you have to go find some people. You have to go find your people that will support you, that will be happy for you, that will have this energy rich to share with you, this solid energy that is someone who can help you to move up the ladder. And sometimes it takes a while to find someone like that. I would encourage you in some of your areas of interest is to go find networking groups in that area. Like if you like to kayak, go find a group that kayaks and kayak with a team of people and see if you can find some of that inspiration, or a walking club, or maybe if you like to run or exercise, anything that can just kind of help you to network with people in the areas in which you love. And then when it's time, you're going to find the friends and the solid foundation of people that will support you in your good times and in your bad times. They will be there when you are down, and they'll be there and cheering you on when you're up and encouraging you when you need a little lift. So that's my take on how to get inspired. I hope this finds you well, and just keep going. When you feel like you just want to stop and throw the covers over your head and you just want to go lay down in the closet and never see the light of day again, I understand. I get it. It wasn't that long ago that I was in a space like that, and I don't stay there for very long anymore, which is how my practice has really helped me. But I just find that the more I connect with myself on a spiritual level, the stronger I become, the less reactive I am to the world around me, and the more I recognize if I go deeper into myself, I can create a masterful life. And that's what I want for you. So friend, go inward, change your environment, and hang out with some up-level people. And let's get going. Thanks for listening. And if you were inspired by this episode and are looking for healing, transformational growth, and a community to show up in, then please join me on Facebook under Jen Mac, JenMac. Friend me and follow me. You can also reach out to me via Messenger to see when my next program begins, so we can work together to bring about your healing, deepen your connections, and start to create your bold, beautiful life. Also, if you are inspired by my podcast, please share your opinion in a review so others can be inspired too. Keep growing, going, and transforming, and keep looking for those nuggets of inspiration.